Welcome back, everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on HTML form attributes, which we can use inside our HTML input element. And right now, we'll be discussing about the novalidate attribute. The novalidate attribute itself is a form attribute. When present, novalidate attribute specifies that all the form data should not be validated when submitted. So I'm going to show you how this works quickly. Back to our code. As you can see, we are having this in our previous tutorial. We have there's several experiments on this. So right here now, quickly let's do something with our document. Let's create our form, a new form. Let's create a new form right here. When we create this new form, let's say index.php. So after this, inside this place, let's create quickly. Let's create a field set. We need a field set. Inside this field set, let's create a legend. So inside this legend, let's create form without no form. Let's call it form no validate. Yes, form no validate. Form no validate. I will call it form no validate. We call it form no validate. This is what we are talking about with no validate. So right here now, let's create some inputs. Let's create this input. Let's use input of male, input of number, and so on and so forth. Let's create another input again. Another input we can create is an input of number. We can use it also. This one also used to have some stuff, sir. Let me create another input quickly before we. Yes. Now let's create some input. So let's say, for instance, now if you are trying to write something right here, as you can see, this is our form we created. Now let's break it so that all this can look nice. Times 2. When we create times 2 like this, we have br, this br right here, and this one also br times 2. Let's save it. When we save this document, let's see how it looks quickly. As you can see, we are having this. So when we press submit, it will not validate, right? But when we are writing something, this is our email. This one is email. Let's give them label one by one. This one is label for what? Email input, email. Let's give this one another. Let's break inside this one also. Let's give another label right here. Let's give it email number, phone number. So let's call this number. So I think we are done right here. Let's make our document look nice, because I don't like when my document is looking like what's going on here. So we break it so we can be able to recognize what we did so far. We have one submit button, we have number, and we have email with labels. So quickly, let's get back to our document. Now let's reset our document. As you can see, it's looking nice. Now let's place email here right now. When we are placing email, let's say I want to put info. Let's just submit it. You will see what will happen. Can you see? It's not going. It's telling us that please enter an email. And also this number also. Let's write something. 080. Let's submit it. Can you see? It's still taking us to this place that we have to validate this one here must have at so something dot. Even if you press dot, you don't put com, it will say something again. Can you see? Everything put .com or something. Can you see it's working now? You can put .com or you can put .ru or whatsoever you want, but you must have something after your dot. That's how the email validates. So when we validate, then we can send this number also, then we can send everything. But now let's say we don't want our form to have, because in case we are having a lot of email input that we don't want them to have anything like validate there. So definitely inside our form right here, we are going to put no validate. When we put no validate right here, definitely what will happen is that you try to submit your form, even without all this, if you just write info like this, if you submit, it will go. That is the benefit of using the form no validate, the no validate attribute inside your form. That is the benefit of using it. So I'm going to show you. Can you see it's working now? But the funniest part is that when we mistakenly remove it like this, let's save our document and reload. Let's reload. When we try to submit, it will request for it again. So anything that is having validation by default is going to request for it. So that is the benefit of using the form no validate attribute, the no validate attribute. So let me call this form no validate attribute. So we call it attribute. Yes. So it's looking nice now. Yeah, you see. So you guys should be able to understand all these I've did so far. You can check our previous tutorial on HTML input types or HTML form playlist. So we have discussed about a lot also, and you can check our HTML input attribute playlist also. So and also you can check our HTML form attribute in HTML input HTML input element playlist also. So we have a lot of playlists we have dropped so far. You can check it. As you can see right here, we are covering this. This is our last place right here for now. Not the least. HTML form and input element, we have covered a lot about it, and you can see the form element defines an HTML form for user input. The input element defines an input control. So I think this is what I can say for now right here. We have to jump, and to the people following me from day one, we have covered a lot of things. We have covered a lot. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to be giving you another tricks in our next tutorial, because our next tutorial will be on CSS. For those that have been waiting for CSS tutorials, so we are getting to the CSS tutorial, so we can be able to do some powerful some things with our document. I don't want a situation whereby I'm telling you guys this is how to style this, because this now very soon we'll be styling this, all this decoration, all these things you are seeing, this border you are seeing right here is from CSS. All this we are hovering is CSS and JavaScript and all that. You can do this also with DSS. All this hovering also you can use it. You can do it with CSS. Most things we are doing right here, even this reset, you can do it with CSS. Let's say for instance now we have this reset button right here now. Let's put this input type of reset here now. I'm going to see, it's very funny that we are having a lot of things that we can do with CSS. Let me reset. Can you see? This is from CSS also. You can do that with CSS also. We can do a lot of powerful things. Even this image you are seeing right here, you can do a lot of things with CSS. Even the restriction, we can do it with CSS. I'm going to show you some stuff you can do. Can you see this one also? We can do it with CSS. So many things. There are a lot of powerful things we can do with CSS. So I'm going to show you in our next tutorial. We are going to be discussing about HTML CSS in full details. We are going to start also from beginners to the advanced level, and later we'll get to our other level also, because we haven't covered the HTML finally. I just want to stop here for now. For those that have been asking me, requesting for CSS, that's why I want to jump to the CSS for now, so you guys can be able to understand that this HTML CSS of a thing is very nice when you are using it together. So for your document to look nice. As you can see, this one is for markups. The HTML is for markup, and we can use the CSS to style it. Later we can use JavaScript and other scripts also to do any powerful things with it. We will do a lot, because I'm promising you this channel you are watching right here is going to get to a long way. So Anwar Akorede Ayofe is my name. I wish to see you guys next time in our next tutorial. We'll begin our CSS tutorial from the scratch, from the beginners to the advanced level again. And when we reach there, have a great day. Thank you so much. And to the next. Bye bye. And if you have been following me so far, just clap for yourself, because if I won't lie to you, you have get a long way.